Hello students, how are you? So I hope that you are staying inside your house and studying well, because lots of videos are being uploaded on the channel every day of various subjects, of means I can say all the subjects for you. So I hope you are studying all of them. In the bio section of class ninth, we have completed now fundamental unit of life, tissues, diversity, one of the most important topic, that is diversity. And now we are moving on to the why do we fall ill, okay, or we are continuing why do we fall ill. In the previous videos of this chapter, we have discussed about various diseases, cause of diseases, about health, how to maintain better health, where do the disease causing organism live. Okay, so these were the different things that we have discussed in the previous video of this chapter. So if you haven't seen all the videos of this chapter or other chapters also, so you can watch on the channel of the school. Today in this video we will be talking about the treatment of the disease. Okay, we have talked about various kind of disease, like I told you in the previous video about airborne diseases, foodborne disease, waterborne diseases due to contamination and all due to the pollution. There are definite hundreds of reasons due to which a disease can be caused. Okay, so today in this video we will be discussing the principles of treatment. We may treat an infectious disease in two ways: by killing the infectious agents, by reducing the effects of the disease or reducing the symptoms. Okay, first the method is by either you kill the infectious agents which is causing the disease, or you can reduce the effect of the disease or the symptoms that are caused. How we can reduce the symptoms? Let's see. We can reduce the symptoms of a disease in the following ways: by taking rest to conserve our energy so that our immune system can fight against the disease, by taking medicine to reduce the common symptoms such as fever, pain, and hence reducing the disease. Many times when you go to the doctor recommends you to take a bed rest. Why does it do so? Why does he say so? So that our immune system can fight, okay, it can time and we can conserve our energy, so more and more energy can be utilized by our immune system and the disease can be fighted against. Okay, and similarly some medicines are also given that are quite common, means if fever is there, so okay, and pain is there, so like painkillers, so that it can reduce that symptom of the disease. So this was one of the methods that we can treat infectious disease by reducing the symptoms of that diseases. Okay, second one, how can we, again, it by killing the infectious agent. How we can kill? We can kill by taking medicines that can kill them, such as antibiotics or antiviral medicines. Okay, I told you wherever the word bio means, it is means life, and I told you antibiotics means it is against life. So the medicines that we use to kill living microorganism inside our body, why we are killing them? We are killing them so that they do not cause the disease in our body, because they are harmful for us. Okay, if they would have been useful for us, why we are not killing the bacteria that are present in our stomach, that convert that are useful for us? We don't kill them, lactobacillus bacteria, but certain bacteria or other are harmful for us, microorganism, so we need to kill them. Okay, so by taking medicines and to reduce the common symptoms such as fever or pain. Okay, and we can kill by taking antibiotics or antiviral medicine. Clear? Antibiotics aren't effective against viruses. Let's see why. Antibiotics commonly work by blocking the biochemical pathway that are important for bacteria. Thus, these inhibit the growth of bacteria, hamper the metabolism, and kill them. Antibiotics do not work on viruses because viruses do not use the biochemical path and use host cell machinery for making proteins. Very important one. However, the most effective way to treat viral infections and the disease is vaccination, as it can prevent a person from getting the disease in the first place. See students, the virus, when they are outside the host body, mean host body is the body which they are affecting. Okay, they live when they are outside the host body, they are like non-living things, because they do not have the path, or you can say the machinery to making proteins. But when once they enter the host cell, they overtake the machinery of that host, okay, for making the useful proteins for them. But what do bacteria do? Bacteria have their own machinery for making proteins. So what is the function of antibiotics? The antibiotics inhibit the growth of bacteria by hampering that particular machinery, which hamper the metabolism of the bacteria. Okay, and eventually once the metabolism is hampered or affected, then the bacteria gets killed. Okay, so that's why antibiotics aren't effective against virus disease. Clear? So it is a very important question that is frequently asked: why antibiotics aren't effective against viruses? Next is the principles of prevention. Are there any limitation of treating infectious agents via medicines? Yes, there are the limitations. What are these? Let's discuss. First, our body functions might not be able to recover easily. The treatment that we take, it takes time, hence it can affect our daily activities. An infectious disease may transfer from a person who is suffering the disease to another in the meanwhile of the treatment. Okay, so these are some of the limitations of, we can say, while treating infectious agents via medicines. What are those again? That our body functions might not be able to recover easily because it takes time once the machinery anything is affected due to certain harmful substances. This treatment takes time, hence it can affect our daily activities. And an infectious agent may transfer in the course of treatment, means meanwhile the treatment is going on. Okay, so therefore we should find out ways to prevent these diseases in the first place. There are two ways to prevent diseases. What are those? Let's discuss. Preventing exposure to these infectious agents. So first and foremost is, you if you prevent to being exposed to these infectious agent, means this is the, you can say, ultimate thing. If you are not exposed, then they cannot cause you disease. Okay, waterborne diseases can be prevented by always having safe and pure drinking water. Very important. Or whether these contaminated water, wherever these are, you can remove them, or it should not be there. So waterborne diseases can be prevented by always having a safe and pure drinking water. Airborne disease can be prevented by avoiding overcrowded places in keeping the environment clean. Definitely. Where do are the most likely the chances of catching airborne diseases? With the places that overcrowded. The best example of for today is coronavirus. Why it is said that isolation is being done, quarantine is being done, why this lockdown has been placed, so that people do not gather at a place, the people do not overcrowd at a place. If people will gather over the place, then there are more chances of such airborne diseases, that is to be passed from one person to another. Okay, so that's why these prevention are being taken place, because that you already know that no vaccine or no particular cure has been found till now for the coronavirus. So the best thing is to prevent ourselves from getting the disease. And what is that? By preventing or avoiding the overcrowded places. Okay, so this is one of the good prevention technique. Now, vector-borne diseases can be prevented by keeping our surroundings clean and maintaining public hygiene. Okay, that's very important. In the first video of why do we fall ill, I also told you about this, that these diseases, for maintaining better health, you need public hygiene and also keep our surrounding clean. Okay, so this is also need to be taken care of quite frequently. Two things we discussed. First was preventing exposure to these infectious agents. Second one is strengthening the immune system. Very important one. Strengthening the immune system so that if any infectious agent enter our body, it can fight back. This can be made possible by having healthy food. Okay, because immune system, it is a part of our body. You all know, I have discussed it, that immune system fights against the these anti-life bodies that enter in our body, like microorganism that can harm our body, our systems, different systems. So what does our immune system do? It kills them, okay, or attacks them, so that they do not affect our body. So if we strengthen our immune system, if we make it more powerful by having healthy food, by having pure water like this, we can strengthen our immune system and we can fight against these deadly viruses or bacteria. Okay, because if you see the what is in this quarantine, or you can say the people who are getting cured from the coronavirus, is because they have a strong immune system. Okay, once a person who has weak immune system cannot withstand it. Okay, so that's why you must have a strong immune system. What is immune system? Very important. The immune system is a network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together in order to protect our body from diseases. We may consider the immune system as a defense system of our body. Very important. What is it? It is a group or a network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together in order to protect our body from diseases. We may consider the immune system as a defense system of our body. Definitely, it is the defense system of our body. The immune system looks out and destroys the disease causing germs in our body with the help of special cells called white blood cells. These cells are present in the blood and hence circulate throughout the body and monitor it. Okay, because you already know that white blood cells are present in the blood, so what they do, whenever they find anything suspicious around them, they attack that. Okay, and in this way protect our body. So these cells are present in the blood and hence circulate throughout the body and monitor it. The germs or any foreign substance that enter our body are called antigens. Okay, as the immune system recognizes these antigens, it releases antibodies which lock the antigens and then destroy them with the help of other cells. Okay, so the foreign particles are called antigens, and the thing that our immune system produces against them is antibodies. Okay, so antibodies against the antigens. Again, the foreign substance that enter our body is antigen, and our body, or you can say immune system, produces antibodies to protect ourselves from that antigens, and it releases antibodies which lock the antigens and destroy them with the help of other cells. Now, the ability of a body to resist a disease with the help of antibodies is called immunity. Resist, you might have listened this word many times. Resistance, we say, if the more is the resistance, less is the current flow. Resistance is anything opposing. Okay, if you are opposing anything, it is the resistance. For we commonly use this term in the physics for current, that what is the resistance? It is the opposed to the flow of current. So similarly, the ability of the body to resist a disease with the help of antibodies is called immunity. Clear, students? Next is discovery of Helicobacter pylori as a reason for ulcers. For a long time, students, ulcer, a disease that it is caused in stomach. Okay, in stomach, these ulcers were formed, and it was thought that it is because of the stress and the lifestyle, or eating some bad food, or you can say fast food like this. But after its discovery that it was caused due to Helicobacter pylori. Okay, that the reason for ulcer. A peptic ulcer is a sore that occurs on the inner lining of the stomach. Barry J. Marshall and J. Robin Warren received Nobel Prize for discovering that Helicobacter pylori bacteria are a cause of such ulcers. Before that, it was believed that stress and lifestyles are a major cause of such ulcers. The Helicobacter pylori bacteria weakens the mucous lining of the stomach, which lets the acid present inside the stomach to get through the inner sensitive lining. Okay, what does it do? Again important, because you know that in the stomach, it is, I told you that acid is there. So what does the acid do? That acid can destroy our stomach lining. So to prevent our stomach from acid, there is a mucous lining. What does that mucous lining do? That mucous lining traps the disease causing organisms, sometimes also mucous lining. But in the stomach, what does it do? It prevents the stomach lining from that heavy, or we can say highly acidic HCl, hydrochloric acid. Okay, so the Helicobacter pylori, it weakens the mucous lining of the stomach, which lets the acid present inside the stomach to get through the inner sensitive lining. The acid and bacteria together irritate the lining and cause a sore or ulcer. A specific method to strengthen the immune system. What are some specific methods? Now let's take a look at them. The above methods were just general ways of preventing any disease. Okay, means you do not go to overcrowded places, drink pure water. This is just general ways. A specific method to strengthen the immune system and hence preventing the disease is vaccination. Whenever our body is affected by a disease, our immune system not only fight against it, but it also remembers how to respond when the same disease causing microbes affect our body next time. Okay, means if the for the first time a microbe has entered, and if enters again for the first time, what does our immune system say? There are some memory cells in the immune system, so that memory cells keeps the memory of that foreign particles, or you can say that microorganism. Once that microorganism again enters the body, what does these memory cells do? They just activate the immune system and say that, see, this microorganism has again come, okay, by some chemical mechanism. So because they have that memory, that's why they capture that for the when it comes for the first time. But when it comes for the second time, the immune system is always ready, and it can easily attack the foreign particle that has come inside. Okay, so now let's take a look at the procedure of vaccination. What happens in vaccination? In vaccination, it contains an agent that is similar to disease causing agents but weak or killed microbes. So as it enters our body, our immune system learns to fight against it, and hence prevent us from actually getting infected when the actual disease causing microbes enter our body. Okay, so today, like, the vaccines are available for enhancing our immune system against various diseases such as polio, chickenpox, and measles. Very important. What do? For example, a microorganism in there which cause disease, we either weaken it, means decrease its disease causing ability, or either we kill that microbe, and then we deliberately insert it inside the body of an organism or a human. What happens? Because it is weak and kill, so first time when our immune system watches it, it fights against it and kills it, and simultaneously the memory cells of the immune system, they capture the image, or you can say they learn about it, or whatever about in the chemical method, they learn about the following particular microorganism. And then if the second time or other time that or microorganism comes from any other source, because not frequently we will be using vaccination, it is only for one time. If when it again enter in our body, our immune system can actually guess it that it is the same one, and then fight against it. Okay, and then that today vaccines are available for enhancing our immune system against various diseases such as polio, chickenpox, and measles. Okay, students, you can read these points again. Very important point about vaccination. Now, some of the diseases, their causative organism, mode of transmission, control, and prevention. Okay, we have to discuss this. First disease is the malaria. The causative organism for it is Plasmodium. How? What is the mode of transmission? It is the bite of female Anopheles mosquito. Control, quinine. Okay, you might have heard this name now quite often, hydroxychloroquine. Okay, that it was ordered also by America from India. So this is the same that medicine. Okay, prevention, breaking contact between female Anopheles and man, eliminating Anopheles, because these mosquitoes, what are, because it is due to mosquitoes, so breaking the contact between the female Anopheles mosquito and man, or eliminating the Anopheles. This is the prevention. Next disease is diarrhea. Diarrhea, the causative organism is the protozoa, bacteria, or viruses. Mode of transmission, definitely contaminated food and water. What is the control? It can be controlled by ORS solution, oral rehydrating solution. Okay, oral rehydrating solution, or salt sugar solution, because lot of water is lost from our body, that's why. And prevention, how we can prevent it? By proper sanitation, personal hygiene, maintaining personal hygiene. Okay, next disease is cholera. It is caused by an organism that is known as Vibrio cholerae. Mode of transmission is contaminated food and water. How it is controlled? It is controlled with the help of some antibiotics, ORS, or again salt sugar solution. Prevention, again same prevention, proper sanitation, but this time it can also be controlled by vaccination. Okay, typhoid, causative organism Salmonella typhi. Mode of transmission, contaminated food and water. Control, use of antibiotics. Prevention, it should have one should have proper sewage system and using chlorinated or boiled water, because it is spread due to contaminated food and water. Next is tuberculosis. Organism that due to which it is caused is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. How it is transmitted: cough, sneeze, droplets, contaminated milk. How it can be controlled: by using the antibiotics. And what are the prevention? Awareness to maintain cleanliness in public places, and BCG vaccine for children. Okay, Bacillus, Calmette, and Guerin, the name of the vaccine. Clear? Next is hepatitis. Hepatitis viruses, different types of hepatitis viruses. Okay, A to G. Contaminate. How does it spread, or what is the method? Contaminated food and water for some forms, and through body fluids for the others. Okay, I told you when I told you that sexual contact, then one of the hepatitis also spread due to the sexual contact also. Okay, rest, antiviral. Oh, sorry. Then control. Rest is said that you should do rest, and antiviral injection are given. Food rich in carbohydrates are also suggested. How can we prevent it? Good sanitation, safe drinking water, use tested blood, disposable needles and syringes. Next is rabies. Rabies virus, bite of infected animal, no cure after the disease develops. Okay, this is for the control, that there is no cure after once the disease develops. So that's why it is said, once if the dog barks, you should immediately go for the injections. Okay, so that it can be controlled. Prevention: wash the wound, anti-rabies serum, course of vaccine shots, pets should be vaccinated. So these are the prevention, that you have to wash the wound, and anti-rabies serum should be given to the patient. Course of vaccine shot, you all know that vaccines, there is a course for that if the dog bites to you. Okay, and pets should be vaccinated. This is the prevention. Next is AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Okay, the agent or transmission, the causative agent is human immunodeficiency virus, HIV virus. How can it be spread? Infected blood, semen, breast milk, mother to fetus. These are important. Okay, that's why it is said that razors and these things should not be shared. The infected needles, means vaccine, they should not be shared. They should be one time use. Okay, no cure yet. Again, for control, there is no cure yet. A combination of drugs slows down the process of the disease, but ultimately there is no cure. Okay, and prevention: screening of blood and donors. If the blood exchange is being done, for example, if somebody needs blood and blood is being donated, then the blood should be screened and properly checked. Use of disposable needles. Okay, when I told you that vaccine and syringes. Not sharing blades and razors, and safe sex practices. Okay, because wherever there is a chance for the, you can say, exchange of fluid of the body, there is the chance of exchange of, you can say, the virus, whether it is the HIV virus or the hepatitis virus. Okay, next is influenza. Influenza, the causative agent is myxovirus. How does it transfer, or you can say transmit? Cough, sneeze, droplets. Okay, what is the control, or you can say no cure, bed rest is given, aspirin are given, and fluids provide relief. How can we prevent it? By keeping away from the infected person. Okay, so these were some diseases, their causative organism, their spread, their control, and their prevention. So if we students carefully follow the instructions that are given to us by the doctors or various things for a particular disease, we should follow it. For example, if I say like coronavirus, if the government is giving any of the you can say this guidelines, then we should properly follow it. Okay, because sometimes it is said that prevention is better than cure, and it is very rightly said. It is 100% true, students, that if you can prevent it, then it is definitely 100% better than cure, because you do not want to develop a disease that might hamper your life, that might hamper your body, and might come in between. whatever you can say for your between your career or between your studies. So definitely prevention is better than cure. And once you know about it, it is your responsibility, being a good citizen of country, that you should spread the awareness about it. Okay, if you are not doing it is good, but if you see someone doing like, okay, not following the guidelines, you should be able to tell them that, see, this is not good. Okay, and tell them that because anything is better, but prevention is better than cure. Okay, students, so this concludes our chapter, why do we fall ill. And we talked about health, different types of diseases, and then in the end we discussed about prevention, how to prevent the various diseases. Okay, so this is the end of the chapter. You have to complete the chapter by watching the videos. You can make the notes, okay, and complete the exercise, because we have discussed already all the things. You can complete the exercise. Okay, and again, very important thing that I always say, that stay inside your house, keep studying, take care of yourselves. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.